Hello, good afternoon. You're mute.
Hello, afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
So, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am also fine. So, please tell me the details of your qualification and regarding experience.
Sorry, repeat again. Your voice is not clear.
Could you please tell me the regarding your educational background and experience?
Oh, okay, sure. I'm actually a instructor in colleges and university. So my background is networking IT, but I moved to big data a few years ago. So I'm teaching multiple courses like big data, cloud, cybersecurity, DevOps, and moving to the machine learning and AI.
Okay.
Yeah,
So, I think you have enough experience of computer science background.
yeah, a little, yeah.
So, what is your last degree of as per your
Master in electrical and computer engineering.
electrical? Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
electrical. Right.
yeah.
What's your good name?
Pardon?
Pedram?
Yeah, Pedram, yeah,
Okay, okay, okay.
yeah. Yeah, start recording to keep the recording.
Yes, yes,
Can watch
yes,
later.
yes, yes. Okay, there is no need to turn on the video, so we will start now.
Sure.
So can I share my screen?
Yeah, yeah, you should be able to share your screen.
Okay, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Is it visible?
Yeah, I can see.
Okay, okay. So basically, I have already told you that I am working as a professor and head in Department of Technology, IML and Data Science, GIT Jodhpur.
Okay.
So first of all, I would like to know, have you know anything regarding the machine learning?
Yeah, I used to cover very basic of machine learning, like the algorithm,
Like which
super,
algorithm?
supervised, unsupervised, those things.
Yes, yes, yes. So what do you mean by today is a very basic class, so we have to discuss some basic terms. What do you mean by you know about the like you can say like regression and like modeling or like you can say learning. Can you define the machine learning?
Like you're trying to find a pattern by looking to
Yes,
the data set, and
yes,
based on that, you can create a model and predict new data set.
yes, yes, yes. So as per the definition of ML, how you can define the regression? General discussion. If you have any idea, then I have to find out the what level you have actually got the previous study.
Uh, it means regression,
Yes, yes,
uh, linear regression, logistic
yes, yes, yes,
regression, two types, yeah. So logistic, yes or no, linear,
yes,
just
yes.
check the,
So it's a type of regression.
yeah,
Basic meaning of regression is the strength of relationship between two variables.
okay,
Suppose we have two variables, then how to measure the strength of relationship between two variables? By the using of regression. Or you can say linear regression model. That means linear means straight line.
yeah,
Linear means straight line. Regression means strength of relationship between two variables like y and x. And model is informative, like informative representation of any object. Like sometime you know that the term originally denoted by the planner of building. So completely we can say linear regression model. That means linear means straight line, regression means strength of relationship between two variable, and model is informative representation of any object. So these are the some basic explanation of any terms. So we have to discuss today basic of machine learning and building the foundation for our course of ML and DL. So okay, so we start from the first slides. Today we are going to teach with slides. Then next class onwards, we have to start the using of Google Colab, or you can say also use the Jupyter Notebook. You
Okay.
have any? Have you any experience on Google Colab?
No, not
No.
that
I
one.
will show you. I will show you. No problem.
Okay.
So there are two types, two tools available for implementing the practical point of view. One is Google Colab that is available free on cloud. So Google provide 12 GB cloud space for implementing the our machine learning and deep learning models. That is
Okay.
free. So there no need to install any software if you are using Google Colab. Like I can show you. Like here you can type.
I don't see that. I see only PowerPoint.
Okay, okay. I
If you,
think I have to share once again. So, where is share option? New share. New share. So can I share multiple screen? Na?
no, I only see one screen.
Only, only
Yeah.
one screen. Okay, okay,
Yeah, you need to share only one screen, I think.
okay. So this
Yeah, no, I
now,
see. Yeah.
yes, yes. This is Google Colabs.
Collaborate.
This screen is visible. This one.
Yeah, yeah. I can see the
So here you
number
can
bar.
type Colab.
Yeah.
Simply type Google Colab. So here the click on the first link. So we comes to here Google Colab's screen. So here you can say welcome to Google Collaborate.
I don't see that. I only see one page which shows numerical operation on array,
Okay,
GP,
okay,
and
okay. That's the problem. So I can see also, I can explain from here. This is the basic window of Google Collaborate, Google Colab.
yeah.
Here you can basically type Google. This screen is visible.
Yeah.
Okay. So here you can type. Only I want to show that which tools we have to use for practical point of view. So Google Colab.
Okay.
Google Colab. Click on this. So here, then click on File, New Notebook. So this will provide the
Okay.
untitled one IPY. This is Python file, and here we have to type the some coding.
Yeah.
So
Similar to the
similar
Anaconda.
to
Just
Anaconda. Actually, Anaconda is a package that provides the multiple software, and Jupyter Notebook is one of them. So
yeah.
here we have to implement our like ML or DL modeling practice, but without the Anaconda, we have to implement directly on cloud. That in that case, Google provides this facility in cloud format. Like
Okay.
they provide 12 GB free space here.
Oh, it's
So
free.
yes, yes. So it's just like a Jupyter notebook.
Oh, okay. But in the cloud.
Yes,
Okay, that's
it's
cool.
on the cloud. It's free and 12 GB space available. 12 GB RAM basically on
5
cloud.
GB.
So it's a very good tools. So suppose I have already created some code that will we will discuss on next class. Now comes to our previous slides. That is I think this is visible or not. I have to share again. PPT.
PPT, I don't see that.
Okay, okay. New share. I
Yeah,
think.
I think if you share your screen instead of like a browser or PPT, then you can switch quickly between
It
them.
is visual.
Yeah, I can see now.
Okay.
Just let you know that I have to leave at 7 o'clock because I have another class to catch up.
7 o'clock means Indian IST time.
Yeah, 7 p.m., like 2 hours
7.
exactly.
Okay, okay. No
Yeah,
problem. No
yeah,
problem. So now comes to first slide. So our objective of today class is what is machine learning, rule-based learning, this to describe the reason for rise of machine learning and describe how machine learns and example of ML in use and quick history and types of ML. So just one by one we have to discuss this. So actually, I want to make some basic concept clear for right. This is a class one. So just like you say that you know the supervised learning, you know the terms of machine learning, and what is the different type of learning ML available in present scenario. So basically, ML is a category of an algorithm. You know the terms algorithm.
yeah.
Algorithm means. Do you please say?
Like the mathematics
Yes.
concept.
Yes, yes. So basically, algorithm is we can say step by step, some step that we have to follow for completion of any task. Like you like to make a tea, so you have to follow some steps. So in the
Yeah,
same way, if you're writing the program of calculating the factorial of any numbers, then you have to follow some steps. So in the same way, machine learning is a category of an algorithm that allows software application to become more accurate in predicting. So here, one term is very important. That is predicting.
yeah,
Predicting means we have to predict some based on some input. Machine can learn something and predict the some future prediction for like a future point of view. Like we have to train the model for salary versus year of experience. In that case, we have to find out that how much salary will be provided for in a particular year of experience, like 10 year of experience providing like 50,000 and 20 year of experience candidate, we will provide 1 lakh. So how machine can learn by the using of some algorithm or
oh,
the outcome without the explicit programming. Matlab, we are not provide any explicitly program. Only we are providing the machine can learn on the basis of available data or data set. You know the term data set?
yeah,
Yeah. So that means it's a basically we are talking about the supervised learning, or you can say the label data set. So that means all the terms we will clear step by step. And second definition is machine learning is a way of identifying patterns that you have talked sometimes ago. Patterns means some say, characteristics of data. Patterns like you have to find out the buying behavior of customers. Like customer buying behaviors vary month by month, or like sometimes like time of in festival time they have more capacity than the normal month. So like how to find the buying behavior of a customer, that is called pattern. Pattern means pattern analysis means we have to find the patterns of any categorically or any customer or any person to person behavior for particular things like selling, buying, or like house price prediction or something extra. So data using these automatically make prediction or decisions. So our basically aim is to in ML algorithm how to predict the correct way or how to make the future decision in correct way. Suppose like you know the terms of opinion poll or exit poll in a particular election timing, we have to use that. So next cursor. Yes. So basically two terms is very important: predictions and decisions. So our aim of ML model is to predict the model and take a better decision for future point of view. Why machine learning? The most popular definition by Tom Mitchell will provide more insight. This is a very famous definition that all the professor can use this definition in his first class of ML. So we can say a computer program is set to learn from experience. How we learn in a daily life? By the using of our experience. uh, till 10 years a child can learn the something. After 10 to 20 years some different things in college or school, and 20 to 30 years in office, or he can learn his from working places. He can learn from his colleagues and like other employee. So a computer program is said to learn from experience, that is called E, with respect to some class of task T and performance measure P. So these are three terms, or you can say three variables. If its performance at task in T as measured by P and improve with experience. So our purpose is to we have to improve our performance by the experience.
Mm.
Understand the term?
Yeah.
We have to improve our performance by experience. That's why company prefer more experienced person rather than the less experienced person. So
So experience here also means data set, more data set, accurate data
yes, yes,
set.
yes. We have to train our model with more data set.
Okay.
Like if you if suppose we have available only uh, 20 employee data set for training point of view of our model, that is not sufficient. If we have 200, 500, and 1000 employee data set, like in 50,000 employee data set for any character, any line, like a salary versus year of experience, like house price prediction, like weather prediction, then more data set is available, then we can predict more accurate result. So, like person can improve with experience, same way model can predict the better accurate result by the using of more data set. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like you can say this is called rule-based learning. So that means we have to implement some rules or follow some rules for getting the desired result. So here, suppose if our data is, for example, suppose our data is x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 2. They are two data set, and we are following or applying the rule y equal to x into 2 or y equal to x into 2. Same rules we are applying. So we will get the output y equal to 2 for first data set and y equal to 4 for second data set. So we are trying to explain here whenever we follow some rules and get the some desired result. Here in ML case, the rule is algorithm. We have to follow some or apply some algorithm for particular case study or for a particular types of finding or finding the result of particular situation or scenario. We have to like regression algorithm, classification is there, clustering is there, as per the requirement of customer or as per the requirement of our study or as per the requirement of our like case study. We have to follow some certain rules. So here rule is y equal to 2, or rule is y equal to x into 2. X is a input and x into 2, both the cases. By here y is called dependent.
Yeah,
Dependent on
independent.
independent.
Yeah,
Y is a
because it depends
dependent,
on X. Yeah,
dependent on x. So here x is called independent variable and y is called dependent variable.
I
So
see.
this is the important terms in ML. So now moves to next slides.
Yeah, yeah.
Reason for rise of machine learning: the high amount of data production by application, the increase of computation power. These are the reason for rising the machine learning in today industrial point of view, and the development of better algorithm. So here is the same rule means machine can think y equal to x into 2. I think that it is possible. Yes. So then they provide the answer is y equal to 2 and y equal to 4. Same way में you can use the rule as a some ML algorithm like regression or classification, etc.
I see.
An example of ML in use. Are you understanding?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, basically we are trying to building the basic structure of basic knowledge of ML. Then from next class onwards, we have to take the class theory plus practical,
yeah.
as per the syllabus I have shared you. And I also covered the some basic mathematics that is required for completion of machine learning course. So mathematics is compulsory, and I deeply covered that
Yeah.
mathematics. And so example of ML in use. So the prediction, image recognition, speech recognition, medical diagnosis, and financial industry. These are the basic main terms of ML in use today. So first, one by one, we have to discuss what do you mean by prediction?
Predict, evaluate and come to their conclusion.
Yes, yes. How to evaluate? So, like prediction, we can say, let's say we are taking one example here. We have a data set of house price, है ना? That include features. Features means available characteristics of data set, like you have a chair, then a back side of chair, leg of chair. That is the features.
Yeah.
So, in case of house price, the features is such as the size of the house, the number of bedrooms, and the location and the age of property. These are the features that affects the price of house. So this is a case study for explaining the prediction. Let's say we have a data set of house price, and we have a features like size of house, number of bedrooms, location, age of property. So we want to build a machine learning model that can predict the selling price of house based on these features. So how we can find out the exactly what selling price for offering the customer, that will be based on these features. So after the applying these features and some algorithm, we exactly predict what will be the exactly price of that house. So explaining one by one that how to do this, we can use the regression algorithm. For that, we have to use the regression algorithm. Basically, regression algorithm works on two axes. Here, like y x, and this one is y. So regression is basically, I have previously told you, y is a dependent variable and x is a independent variable. So here we draw some one line that is called y equal to
Yeah.
mx plus
B.
c. That is a equation of a straight line. And next slides or next classes, we have to understand that here some points will be there. We have to draw some points. Algorithm actually draw this point. These are called regression point, or we can get like whenever we draw some line with these covering these point, that is called regression line, or we can say the best fit line. So that will cover the next class. So regression algorithm we have to use for like a house price prediction. So we would first train the whenever you are creating the ML model or predicting something. First of all, you have to train the model. Then after training, you have to do the testing the model. Say I am teaching you the ML algorithm or ML subject. After 1 month, 2 month, I will test you or give some assignment for testing. So first 2 months or first 1 month I trained you. Then after 1 month I will take a test and evaluate your performance. That is called testing.
Okay.
So we would first train the model, then using the historical data. Historical data means previous available data, like previous history of house price based on the all these features, like where we know both the features and actual selling price of the houses. So first of all, we have to train the model, then our training based on the historical data. Then the model will learn pattern. Then model will learn pattern that which features affects more, like location of house, age of property, and size of house, like how many bedroom will be there, 1 BHK, 2 BHK, 3 BHK. So all the model will learn by the using of some patterns and relationship from this data. Once the model is, I am explaining one by point for house price production model. Once the model is trained, after training is completed, we can use this to take the prediction on new unseen data. Then we can predict that what will be the exact price of house. So you can use that data that model to selling the house, and any government like any organization can use this data set to predict the house price for particular area, particular region. Suppose they have a government have a hundred numbers of quarters that they want to sell or allotted to some organization. So in that case, they have to predict the actual price of that house based on the previous data set. For example, if you use the feature of new house like size, bedrooms, location, age, we can input these value into the model for training point of view, and it will generate the predicted selling price at those house. So these all the terms are covered for a prediction point of view. It is important to note that prediction in machine learning are not always 100%. Not it will be always 100% accurate, but it will be more than 90% accurate. So these are the first point will be covered like prediction. Then second one is you cleared the about the prediction.
Yeah. I'm
Yes.
familiar with those things. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I use
Image
those before.
recognition.
Yeah.
And second is image recognition. So how to image recognize? You know the any algorithm that will you that are using for image recognition?
Sorry, repeat again.
Which algorithm we can use for image recognition?
I think is a deep learning algorithm.
Yes, deep learning algorithm. One of the famous algorithm is
CNN.
CNN.
And yeah.
CNN is convolutional neural network. That will cover. I will cover that in detail. Convolutional neural network. In convolutional neural network, we have some input image in matrix form, and we provide some filter here. Basically, that is 3 by 3 size. And after convolute that, we get some output image. The size of like suppose this one is n by n, and this is called filter. You know the terms like filter and input and output image.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is size of f by f. Then this is called output image. In case of CNN, this is called output image. So you know the if we have input image of size n by n, and if we are applying here filter f by f, then what will be the dimension of output image in case of CNN? This will cover in detail in next classes.
Okay.
So I am just asking. So this is a basically interview question. I have asked this question so many times to different candidate. So if we have input image like n by n, then filter applying f by f, then the output image dimension is n minus f plus 1 in case of CNN.
Minus
This
T.
is the standard way. This will cover detail in the next classes. So let's consider a scenario where you want to develop a model that can classify images. Classify images means we have to find out the some particular images by the available collection of images. So classify images of animal into different category like cat, dogs, and birds. So basically, in that is called categorization. Categorization of
Yeah.
images.
Do you cover like TensorFlow and like those?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay.
Basically, TensorFlow is the most preferred or powerful library in deep learning.
Okay.
So first of all, we have to start the what is machine learning and
Yeah.
what is characteristics.
Yeah.
Then after you see the WhatsApp message, we have to start from NumPy.
Yeah, number. Yeah.
NumPy that means we start from some mathematics behind the ML and DL. Then after apply that mathematics in machine learning algorithm, then after that the completion of ML algorithm, then we apply that mathematics in deep learning algorithm.
Yeah.
Then further go for after completion of deep learning, then go for NLP or something. This is the step by step progress of our course. And
Okay.
I will strictly or I will deeply cover the mathematics. Basically, if I do not cover the mathematics or some basic mathematics behind the like algorithm, in that case you cannot understand the exactly what is going on behind the that model preparation and behind the screen, like
Yeah.
what mathematics actually applies. So if you see the our syllabus or the structure, that is only 10 classes course I have shared you. That is all the mathematics that we have to complete on Google Colabs. Okay. So basically here, in case of image recognition, we have to use the one basic algorithm or one famous algorithm that is called CNN, that is used for categorization of different cats and dogs. You know, one website is there, C410 and C400.
No, you
So
can put on the chat the link. Yeah.
yes, yes. That is one website is CIFAR10, and one is
I don't see, I only see PowerPoint.
I am typing on chat
Oh, okay.
C400, and please see on chat box.
Yeah, so this is a website.
This is a website. You can, if you are online, then you can see right now.
Okay. Yeah, this one for City of Toronto.
Cipher 10 basically having the some collection of 10,000 images, where we can use these images for classifying the our model. And C400 also available the big data set of images, like here 0 to 10 category in C410, like airplane, some words or dogs, cats, something. So that we have to use for explain the classification. When we study the classification, in that time we can use this available data set, a very famous data set, C410 and C400. So here CNN, in terms of CNN, I will explain you that in next classes. So this is the basically image recognition. So we can use the convolutional neural network to popular deep learning architecture for image recognition to train our model. CNN consists of multiple layers that can learn and extract relevant in features from the image by the using of filters that I have shared here. So during the training phase, we input the labeled image into CNN model. CNN is a very, very strong, very useful model or algorithm that is very vastly used by organization. Then basically nowadays all the works going on image. So that's why CNN is very useful. So basically, when you works on image, that means you are working on some array or matrix form. Then we can cover in next classes the detail of CNN. So these are the some points that we have to cover, like details in next classes, like prediction, image recognition. You know the terms speech recognition,
Yeah, the NLP.
NLP, like text to sound or sound to text, like in some form. Then in case of medical diagnosis, like diagnosis some diseases.
Yeah,
One of the famous software that I have studied during my MTech time, that is called Prolog, Prolog, Prolog.
low.
Prolog. Basically, that works on like based on some symptoms, we have to identify the diseases. Like suppose patient feeling some cold and fever, he is also having some stomach pains. So in that matching of criteria or characteristics, our software will predict the what the exactly disease we are suffering. So based on the some medical diagnosis, like today detection of cancer, detection of some diseases that we have covered here, that is used by the ML algorithm. Right. Yeah. medical learning. Let's consider scenario where we want to develop a machine learning model to assist in diagnosis breast cancer based on mammogram images. So basically, some images or X-ray type images is available, and that is basically used for train the model. And after training, we have to predict that a person having a cancer or not based on some available features or available data set that previously. On the basis of that data set, we have to train our model. So we have a data set of mammograms labeled as either begins or malignant, indicating that the presence of absence of breast cancer or any cancer or any disease. So you can use the convolutional neural network and deep learning to architecture. Sorry. Huh. Do image analysis or task. CNN can learn exact relevant feature from the mammogram image. CNN also used for this. That can learn from images, already available images, and classify them as either begin or malignant. So these are all the example of machine learning we have covered here. So go one by one. Then financial industry. So algorithm like trading or stock market, we have to predict that the next like scenario. So machine learning is widely used for algorithm trading, like stock trading, where computer algorithm make trading decision based on analysis of large set of financial data. So basically, concept is remain same. All the application domain, we have to train our model by the using of available data set and predict the best result for available. So that is the case of house price prediction. That is the case of HR using the salary prediction. That is the case of some financial industry prediction. That is the case of some. Just a bit. So prediction means anything. Any scenario like house price, like financial stock market prediction, like any disease prediction. In that case, we have to use the some ML model. Next one is, I think the all five covers. Then quick history of ML. So you know the machine learning exact definition is machine learning basically it's an application of AI.
Yeah.
Machine learning, how to define ML? ML is an application of AI that provides system the ability to automatically learn.
Okay.
This is the basic, very standard definition. If you can write, then you can write that. If you like, then you can write that. ML is an application of AI
Yeah.
that provides systems the ability to automatically learn and improve from experience
Yeah.
without being explicitly programmed. So
Okay.
that means ML is a basically part of AI, and DL also, deep learning also is a part of AI. AI is a big umbrella. Artificial intelligence is a big umbrella, and ML and DL is a some part of AI. So that's why we can say that ML is an application of AI that provides system the ability to automatically learn and improve from experience without being explicitly programmed.
Okay.
This is the standard definition. And you can say deep learning is a part of ML. Deep learning is a part of ML that works with neural network. Deep learning is a part of ML that works with neural network. You know the terms neural network?
Yeah.
That is inherited from neurons like biological neuron.
Yeah.
So that will cover in detail, and then we start the deep learning. So this is the quick history of machine learning or deep learning. Like first of all, artificial intelligence. Early artificial intelligence started excitement like 1950, 60, 70 is the era of artificial intelligence. Then after 1980 to 90, 2000, 2010, ML. Then after 2010, deep learning. So now the present scenario or present working basically on deep learning or recently NLP. So these are the some incremental process of artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning that came into existence in like today world. So since the early flaws of 1950, a smaller subset of artificial intelligence, first machine learning, then deep learning, then subset of machine learning, and now one other terms is come into existence like reinforcement learning. You know the terms?
What's the term?
Reinforcement
Yeah,
learning.
reinforcement I heard like for
Yes,
gaming
yes.
usually.
Yes.
Yeah,
Just like a chess game, we can use reinforcement learning in chess
yeah,
game.
yeah, just
That is basically based on reward-based learning. Reward.
okay.
If person doing something well, then we can give the reward. If he are doing some bad work, then you can give the
Okay.
punishment. Like teachers give to student
Yeah,
reward and punishment based on his action. So that is the
yeah,
some different things. So AI, ML, deep learning. Then after deep learning, the new things is reinforcement learning. So as you previously told that types of machine learning, so first one is supervised learning, second one is unsupervised learning, and third one is reinforcement learning. So you know the terms supervised learning?
yeah. We have a data set, historical data set.
Yes. How to define some, if you try, how to define supervised learning?
Uh, I'm not sure what you mean. Define.
Okay. So suppose uh, teacher teach the student. Teacher teaching the students in class. In that case, student learning something. So this is the case of supervised student learning under the some supervision.
Okay.
Student learning under some supervision. So that is the case of supervised learning. So especially in terms of machine learning, we can say like this algorithm basically consists of like a target variable. You can say like target variable means or you can define in simply this algorithm consists of target variable, or this is also called outcome or dependent variable. Like we have discussed that y is a dependent variable. So this is also called target variable and outcome variable. So we can define the supervised learning as right. You can say this algorithm consists of target or outcome or dependent variable, which is predicted from given set of predictor or of independent variable. That means here like mx plus c. So forget it about c and m for this moment. Here y is a dependent variable. Y is a dependent variable and x is a independent variable. Right?
Yeah.
So, as per the definition, what I am saying that the supervised machine learning algorithm consists of target or outcome or dependent variable, which is predicted from a given set of predictor or independent variable. That means we are calculating y by the using of x. Like x here, suppose this one x, this one y. X means we are calculating the like Y is denoting by salary and X is a year of experience. So by the basis of X, we are calculating the Y. That means 1 year, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, up to 10 years experience. We are predicting some different salary, right?
Yeah.
So that means, as per the definition, this algorithm consists of target, outcome, or dependent variable. All these three things are same, which is predicted from a given set of predictor or independent variables. So we have some value available for x. That's why it is called label data. That's why in supervised learning we have some available data set through which we can train our model. Like here, year of experience is given. Based on year of experience, salary is already given. Based on this historical data, we have to train our model and find out the some predicted value for future point of view.
Yeah.
Right, clear?
Yep.
That's why it is called supervised learning. That means some label data will be here available. Label data available in here. Label data. Label data means for any value of x, what will be the value of y is available, and based on that available data, we can train our model and predict the some value. That teacher teach the student in classes. That is the category of supervised learning. है ना? That's why you can say in supervised learning we can use the data that is completely labeled and that used for make a future prediction as a output. So you can always understand that in case of supervised learning we have to use the label data. Label data means we are creating a labeling between independent variable or dependent variable
Yeah.
x and y. So here some value is available, already available, like x, y. X means year of experience 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So salary is like 10K, 20K, up to that 50K. So these are called label data. Any value of y, any value of x, we can predict the value of y. So some value is available. Based on this value, we train our model, and after the we have to predict the model. So this is the case of supervised learning. So in the case of supervised learning, we have so many algorithms available. You know any one of them?
Example, there are many.
Categorization of algorithm under the supervised learning. How many machine learning algorithm is under the cases of supervised learning? So first one is like logistic regression.
Yeah.
So many algorithm under the category of supervised learning. There are three categorization: supervised, unsupervised, and reinforcement. The reinforcement are very new things. It is some different topic. But supervised or unsupervised, it's a very important in case of machine learning or deep learning. So supervised in the category of supervised learning, we have to cover the like logistic regression, LR. Then other one is decision tree. I think you know there is terms
Yeah.
decision tree.
LVM,
Then
SVM,
random forest.
SVM.
Okay. Yes, yes. Random forest. Then support vector machine.
Yeah.
We will cover in next classes.
Okay.
KNN.
Yeah. Yeah.
KNN means K nearest neighbor. Then naive Bayes. Naive Bayes. Logistic regression, decision tree, random forest, SBM, KNN, naive Bayes. LDRSKN. You can learn this LDRSKN. Logistic regression, decision tree, random forest, SBM, support vector machine, K nearest neighbor, and naive Bayes. These all are the category of supervised machine learning algorithm. So now comes to the unsupervised learning. So you know about the unsupervised learning, just the opposite case of supervised learning. Like in case of supervised learning, we have some label data. But in case of unsupervised learning, there is no training data, or you can say no label data is available.
Yeah.
Like a teacher teach the student, that is the case of supervised learning. If a student directly learning something, that is unsupervised. He is
Okay.
trying to do some online hit and trial and learning something, or you can say the small baby learns by himself, learning like a scenario or seeing something. So that is the unsupervised. So basically, you can define the unsupervised learning is in this algorithm. In this algorithm, that means in unsupervised learning algorithm, there is no target outcome or dependent variable to predict or estimate. There is no target outcome or dependent variable is y. So in unsupervised learning, there is no target outcome or dependent variable. No target outcome or dependent variable. मतलब no by. By is a dependent target or outcome variable. So in case of unsupervised learning, there is no target outcome or dependent variable. Okay. So definition of unsupervised learning is there is no target or outcome or dependent variable to predict or estimate.
Yeah.
In unsupervised learning, there is no target, outcome, or dependent variable to predict or estimate. In supervised, we are using the target, outcome, and dependent variable to estimate by the using of X. But in case of unsupervised learning, there is no target, outcome, or dependent variable to predict or estimate. So now, why we are using this? If there is no target, outcome, or dependent variable, so what we have to do by the using of unsupervised learning? If there is no target variable, then what we will predict or estimate? That is the question. So basically, it is basic unsupervised learning is used for about the term clustering.
Yeah, clustering. Yeah.
So that means clustering. So in case of unsupervised learning, we use the clustering a given data set into different group. Clustering means we have to differentiate the data set into different group cluster.
Yeah.
Any famous example about the clustering?
Yeah. I forgot I knew.
Yes, yes. Like nowadays, company Amazon and Flipkart and other companies are using this, which is basically clustering is widely used for segmenting customers,
Yeah.
segmenting the customers into different groups for a specific intervention. Segmenting cluster basically it is used for clustering. Clustering means
Categorize.
yes, unsupervised. That means segmenting the a very famous correct use case of segment unsupervised learning or say clustering is segmenting the customer of different groups for a specific intervention. Like salary person, one of the group is salary person, one group is businessman person, one is like non-conventional works like auto driver or something. So how to company like Amazon, Flipkarts or other online company that segment the customer in terms of his buying behavior or categorize the customer like who can buy this thing capacity identifying the capacity of customers like a salary person then the business oriented person then something daily wages person. So segmenting Amazon doing the segmenting the customer as per the his previous history, and based on the segmentation they will take the decision for like launching the sale of some product like Christmas time or like Deepavali time or some any festival time. So that means unsupervised learning, we are not using any dependent variable to estimate. We are using here clustering for segmenting customer into different group for a specific intervention. This is the one famous example of unsupervised learning. In unsupervised learning, there is no training data or no label data is available. So any algorithm about the in the case of category of unsupervised, that means here we are using logistic regression, decision tree, random forest, SVM, KNN, naive Bayes. In the case of unsupervised, we are using K means.
Payments. Yeah.
K means. K means is a very famous algorithm for clustering,
Yeah.
or you can say anomaly detection or neural network model also in the category of unsupervised. In the case of unsupervised learning, user don't have any label data. है ना? So that is the basically all the more than 5 to 6 or 7 algorithm we are using the case of supervised learning. But in case of unsupervised learning, we are only works on clustering. A company make the cluster of different customer for like launching the selling, mobile sale. So they are analyze the different clusters of around the world, or like that they have to take the decision in which area they need to launching the sales. Like in Deepavali times, they launch the sales in India, then Christmas time in USA and other European countries. So that means segmenting the customer based on his behavior. So I think these terms are clear. That is a very basic terms for ML, and very important for going for further algorithm implementation, supervised and unsupervised. Okay.
Yeah.
So other one is reinforcement. So reinforcement is not our syllabus part, but I can explain you in shortly. Suppose it is basically the reward based learning. Reward. So if a student perform well, then teacher give him reward. Otherwise, teacher punish him for some misbehavior, like some mishappening. So in reward based learning, basically one agent interact with environment, and based on the interaction or some action, environment provide him reward or punishment. Like here this one is environment. One agent interact with this environment, or based on this action interaction, agent reward the some reward reply the some reward or punishment. So that's why it is called reward based learning, or like based on the some action environment. Like if you are following the traffic rules, then no one can you charge your files a fine against your driving. If you are not following the traffic rules, then traffic police give you some punishment. So based on your action, policeman can provide you reward or punishment. So this is basically reward based learning. This is a very new field. If we continue, then we after the completion of deep learning, then we can go for some introduction of reinforcement learning. So first of all, basically you have to understand the supervised and unsupervised learning.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then now I will show the some my handwritten notes for completion of supervised, unsupervised, and some regression problem that you have to understand for going to before going for practicals. So now 1 hour is completed, so we will take a 8 to 10 minutes break. Then after we will
Sure.
continue.
Sure.
Okay, sir?
Sure. Can you share also later a slide through the Google Drive or email me?
Yes. Please share your email address, then I will share all the things.
Sure. Thank you. So let's take a break. Okay.
Okay. Okay, welcome back.
Okay, thank you.
So just so next slides we are also discussed that we are going to show the supervised learning details. Also, we have discussed that we have discussed that supervised learning is similar to classroom scenario, where the student learn with the help of teacher who guides them. Under the supervision of teacher, student learn something. Here the model learns with the help of labels data. We have already that in the case of supervised learning, we have some label data. So learning with the help of labels of output made available. So all these things we have covered here. Y, X. What do you mean by label data? What do you mean by supervised, available data set? In case of unsupervised learning, we are using only clustering, non-label data is available here. So types of supervised learning, basically there are two types of supervised learning. First one is classification, other one is regression. So what do you mean by classification? As we have discussed that we have to find out the categorize the data. A classification problem is when the output variable is category. That means we have to find some categorize of data.
Yeah.
We have to find out the categorize of two category and finalize the one, such as red, blue, disease or no disease. This is the classification. Dog versus cat. Find out the actual image. And then I have shared with the C410 and C400. That is the basically used in classification case. In regression, we have already told you that regression means a strength of relationship between two variables. A strength of relationship between two variables. Two variables means first one is here. Two variables means first one is y, or second one is x. So strength of relationship between two variable, that means it is the case of regression. So regression problem is when the output variable is a real value, such as dollar weight, like we have discussed that salary versus experience, That is the case of some real value. So we can say regression problem is when the output variable is a real value, such as dollar weight, any value like experience, salary, something the relationship between two variables. That's why I told you that the regression means strength of relationship between two variables. How strengthen the relationship between two variables? In our case, we are taking the y and x. In case of unsupervised learning algorithm, in unsupervised learning, the scenario is different, as the student have to learn without the guidance of a teacher. That we have discussed. Student learn without the guidance of a teacher or on their own. Likewise, the model here learns on its own by grouping the object by observing similar patterns. So here they are basically grouping the object, different groups of people, or based on the similar patterns. Just like I have told you, the segmenting the customer for a specific intervention, like buying behavior, something, into one class and different one in the second other class. So the categorization of class available in unsupervised learning. Naturally, the process is slightly complex and relatively less accurate. As per the compare of supervised learning, these are less accurate and slightly complex. This is the reinforcement learning. Already we have told that agent interact with environment and environment provide based on that interaction, environment provides some reward or punishment. Say 50 points bad something. First one is observe selecting action using policy. Here we have to use the Markov decision process, one of the very famous algorithm for reinforcement learning. That is MDP, Markovian decision process. So that is not our part of syllabus, but we you know the some basic concept of them. So based on some action, we get the some agent gets some reward or penalty. If they get the penalty, then update the policy. And policy means learning steps. Then iterate that process and find the some reward. So that is called iteration process for getting some reward based on action taken by agent. So these are the some basic structure of ML, like unsupervised, supervised, reinforcement, unsupervised categorizer, recommender system, targeted marketing, customer segmentation. These are the category of unsupervised learning. Or here supervised learning, like we can say water forecasting, market forecasting, estimating life expectancy, population growth prediction. Only prediction and forecasting is the category of supervised learning. And like here, image classification, identity of fraud detection, customer retention, diagnostic. These are some category. Reinforcement, real-time decision, robot navigation, chess games, game of AI, any game like chess game, learning task, skill acquisition. So now I am sharing you some basic for conceptual point of view, basic building block of how to regression works. So these are my some handwritten notes that I love to share with our students. So like initially SLR, that is simple linear regression. How it is work?
Okay.
Regression means strength of relationship between two variables. Linear means straight line. Simple. This is a very simple model. Simple linear regression. Modeling means information representation of any object, like plan of building. So here, what do you mean by this? Linear relationship between input and output. Linear relationship in SLR, basically we are trying to draw or calculate some modeling here, like y equal to mx plus c is a equation of a straight line. Here y is a independent variable, x is a independent variable. So how we can draw a model? By the using of following mathematics. I am trying to explain you mathematics behind regression. So linear relationship between input and output. Input means x. Here input means x and output means y.
Why?
So what is the equation? Basically y equal to mx plus c. Here we are taking y equal to v0 plus v1x. This is a different notation. So works like a y equal to mx plus c. Here v1 is slope, v1 is slope, v0 is called intercept,
Constant.
like
Yeah.
constant.
That's it.
है ना? X is a independent variable and y is a dependent variable, or you can say the output variable. We use the three terms for y. That means output, dependent, or target. So we are using the independent variable like y. It is also called output or target variable. So y equal to v0 plus v1x. Here x v1 is a slope. So how we can calculate the, like for example, you can calculate the between the two variable y and x, like a prediction of salary versus year of experience. So here salary, we have to predict the salary based on the year of experience. So these are, in this case, the y salary is called the y, or year of experience is called x. Same case, we can apply for road accident and age of driver. What is the relationship between road accident and age of driver? We have to calculate by the using of regression model. So we have to prepare model by applying SLR. Here, both the cases or any other cases, for prediction point of view, we have to apply or we have to prepare the model by using the simple linear regression for future and decide how much salary that the company needs to increase. HR can decide how much salary that they need to increase in future by the using of linear regression model, that is called simple linear model, regression model. Okay. So here linear regression is nothing but a manifestation of simple equation y equal to ms plus c. Mathematics is for behind the linear regression is y equal to mx plus c.
Yeah.
Same we can write here y equal to v1x plus b0. v1x plus b0 here. So linear regression nothing but a manifestation of this simple equation y equal to mx plus c. That is same as like y equal to b1x plus b0 that we are using here, different notation. Y equal to b1x plus b0, both are same. Then linear regression models provides a simple approach towards supervised learning. Understand things. Linear regression models provide simple approach toward the supervised learning. Regression is called under the category of supervised learning because we are taking here two variables y and x and using the label data. Remember these things. In supervised learning, we have to use the two variables dependent and independent and train our model by the using of label data. Clear?
Yeah.
That's why linear regression model provides a simple approach towards the supervised learning. Linear linear suggests that the relationship between dependent and independent variable y and x in a straight line manner like this one. So that's why this is we have written here. Linear suggests that the relationship between dependent and independent variable can be expressed in a straight line. So like this one, suppose this one, this is a salary, this is y, this is a experience, year of experience, this is x, and here we are plotting some point that cover the that will calculate by the using of y equal to v0 plus v1x. By the using of this, we have to calculate the some y value and draw some graph. So this is ideal way of salary calculation. This is the ideal way of salary calculation, but we should not use this in this way. Like 1 year of experience, salary is 30,000. 2 year of experience, salary is 40,000. After 3 years, 50, and so on. So this is the ideal way of salary calculation, or we can say calculation of any independent variable by the using of dependent variable. So this is the ideal way of salary calculation, but we should not use this way. Why? Because we have to apply here SLR model, simple linear regression model.
Oh.
So what we have to apply here? We have to apply some line within the some dotted point. These all are called data point. So
Yeah.
plot line that best fit in dotted region. We have to in SLR, मतलब simple linear regression, we have to plot a straight line that cover the some dotted region. So we can say plot line that best fit in dotted region. Plot one line, straight line that is best fitted within these dotted region. That is called the best fit line. This is also called best fit line. Best fit line. Best fit line. Or here we are using the techniques that is called mean square error. Mathematics behind this is mean square error. Model basically when we will do the coding, model directly plots this line. We have to put some lines of code and train the model, then test the model. So model directly put this line, straight line. I will show in coding in collapse. But before that, you have to understand the mathematics behind that. So this line plotted by the using of y equal to v0 plus v1x by the applying the techniques of mean square error. Right?
Yeah.
So what do you mean by mean square error? That we'll discuss later. Regression model are used to predict continuous value, predicting price of a house given the features of house like size, price, etc. It is one of the common example of regression is supervised learning. It is the category of supervised learning. An analyst may want to know if there is a relationship between road accident and age of driver. Then the analyst want to know that what is the relationship between a road accident and age of driver. Here the case of salary and experience, but other scenario is age of driver versus road accident. So both the things are possible that the more that the old person having the less accident and also the you can say some body movement or something problem facing by old person that increase the road accident chances. So that is, I think the both are the case scenario will be possible. That means road accident versus age of driver, it directly proportional or like a inversely proportional, both are possible, some different scenario. So, like how we have to calculate the regression line by the using of mean square error. Here we are going to explain you. Suppose we are taking some random points here. Now the mathematics begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we are drawing this line by the using of y equal to v0 plus v1 x. Y equal to v0 plus v1 x. Here the equation y equal to v0 plus v1 x, just like the same as y equal to mx plus c. So here we draw some point and take the intersect of this point. Here the slope is v1 equal to 0.6, that we have to calculate. Like, so here we have to put this point in some table x y. Here x value is 1 2 3 4 5, put the 1 2 3 4 5. Y value is 1 2 3 4 5. Here we have to put the y value. We actually we have to calculate the y value with by the using of x value. So here for one y value is 2, this one. For 2 y value is 4, near about 4. For 3 it is 5. For 4 is the interaction point, 4 4 and 5 5. So these are the basically some not accurate graph, this one. Please follow these value. X1 for value of x, one value of x, that means y equal to 2. For 2 y equal to 4, 3 y equal to 5, or 4 y equal to 4, and 5 y equal to 5. Suppose these are the value. Then calculate the mean. Mean means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 divided by 3 or divided by 5. That means 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, that is equal to 15. Or we have a 5 number of element 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So divide by 5 equal to 3. That means mean value for x is 3 and mean value of y is 4 plus 2 6 plus 5 11 15 20. 20 divided by 5 4. Understand this?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the mean value of x and y. Then as per the mathematics, you have to calculate the x minus x bar. That means 1 minus 3 minus 2, 2 minus 3 minus 1, 3 minus 3 0, 4 minus 3 1, and 5 minus 3 2. This is, these are the value of x minus x bar. And same way you have to calculate the y minus y bar. Y minus y bar. So y2, y bar is 4, 2 minus 4 minus 2, 4 minus 4 0, 5 minus 4 1, 4 minus 4 0, and 5 minus 4 1. So you can calculate x minus x bar, y minus y bar. Then calculate the x minus x bar square, x minus x bar whole square. So here x minus x bar 2 square 4, 1 square 1, 0, 0, 1 square 1, 2 square 4. Then here is a multiply by x minus x bar and y minus y bar. Multiply all these two column. X minus x bar, y minus y bar. So 2 into minus 2, minus 2 into minus 2, 4. 1 into 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 1 into 0, 0, 2 into 1, 2. We will calculate the x minus x bar, y minus y bar, x minus x bar ka whole square, then x minus x bar into y minus y bar. There is nothing of this line. So we get the all the 1, 2, 3, 4 value. So here we calculate the mean value of x and y, 3 and 4, and calculate the following things. Then how to calculate the slope of line? This is the question. By the using of following equation, y equal to v0 plus v1x, y equal to v0 plus v1x. So here v1 equal to x minus x bar, y minus y bar divided by x minus x bar square. This is a formula.
Yeah.
B1 equal to, we have already calculated the x minus x bar, y minus y bar, and x minus x bar ka square for the using of for the calculating of V1. So V1 is slope of line. So equation is x minus x bar into y minus y bar divided by x minus x bar by square. So x minus x bar into y minus y bar equal to x minus x bar into y minus y bar equal to 4 plus 2, 6. Adding all these value, 4 plus 2, 4 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 becomes the
Okay.
6. So x minus x bar and y minus y bar value is 6. Then divide by x minus x bar ka whole square. X minus x bar whole square means this one. Divide by 10.
Shouldn't
So
be
that,
sigma at the beginning of each one because we're adding
yes.
x
6.
sigma. Oh, okay.
So we have to find out the V1 value is 0.6 by the using of this formula.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah.
That means 0.6 means plus V1 is a slope of line. The slope of line is the change in y over change in x. V1 or m means the slope of lines represent the change in y over change in x. How much change in y over changes in x? That is called slope.
Yeah.
So here we are getting the slope of 0.6. That means in this example, so 0.6 you can write 6 by 10. That means as the x value increases, means x value when increase, when we move right. In that case, x value increase plus direction and y value increase, then we move up,
Yeah.
right? Na? So x value increases, that means we are moving right by 10 unit. When we are moving right by 10 unit, then the y value moves up by 6 unit. That is the meaning of slope. Meaning of slope is whenever the x value increases the 10 unit, then
I
the
see.
y value increases the 6 unit. Clear?
Oh, okay.
This is the basic concept of regression, basic
Okay.
mathematics. That means by the using of this 6 by 10 or zero point 0.6 value, our slope line will be draw this one.
Yeah.
These all draw by algorithm directly, but I like to explain you the mathematics behind the regression, right?
Yeah.
So we calculated the v1 equal to 6 means x value moving the x value moving the 10 units, then the y value moving the plus direction 10 units. X value increase the following this direction and y value increase in the upward direction. So now after the calculation of v1, after the calculation of v1, that is zero point 0.6, we have to calculate the v0, that is constant. Based on this equation y equal to v0 plus v1x, we have already calculated the v1. Now we have to calculate the v0. V0, how to calculate? Y equal to v0 plus put the v1 value zero point 0.6 and x value is 3. Here we have calculated the x value is 3 and y value is 4. So put the available value here, y equal to 4. V0 we have to calculate. V1 is zero point 0.6 and x is 3. Now it's become V0 plus 1.8. Then calculate the mathematically V0 equal to 4 minus 1.8 equal to 2.2. This V0 is called constant. V1 is called slope and V0 is called constant. Also it is called Y intercept. Intercept means where the Y intercept means we have calculated the Y intercept value is 2.2. That means where the straight line crosses the y-axis,
Mitch.
where the straight line crosses the y-axis.
Yeah.
Based on this line, we have to find, actually this is the best fit line in our regression model. Final prediction based on this line, best fit line. that we discuss in slide. So based on the value of B0 and B1, so B0 value is 2.2 means where the line crosses the y-axis, and slope means B1 equal to zero point
Hmm.
0.6 increment of x value by the corresponding value of y. So in by the using of V0 and B1, we have to calculate the some intercept value and the slope value, and finally draw the line. So here B1 is the slope of a line that already explained. The constant term in regression analysis is the value of which regression line crosses the y-axis. Where the line crosses the y-axis, that is called constant, like B0.
Okay.
Or like in a y equal to mx plus c, it's equal to c. So the constant term here in regression analysis is the value at which the regression line crosses the y-axis. The constant is also known as y-intercept. So I think this all the terms is clear here.
Yeah.
If you like to anything, then I can re-explain that again.
Okay. That's clear.
Like here, V0 is clear.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
constant. V1 is
Yeah.
slope. X is an independent variable, Y dependent variable. By the using of this equation, we have to calculate the V0 and V1. After calculating the V0 and V1, we can easily draw the line. Okay. Same thing we can see in programmatically. I think I have program some SLR. My screen is visible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I am opening the collaboratory, Google Colab. So here already I have created the one program of SLR. If you understand the mathematics behind that, then you can easily understand the program.
Yeah.
So I am not explaining the terms of program. We will start these terms, Pandas library, NumPy, all the things in the next class. But I am today I would like to explain the concept behind the regression.
Okay.
That is the category of supervised learning. Understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we include the some line. This is the basic structure of Google Colab. Here one cell by cell space is provided by Collaboratory. Then you have to type here some commands and run the by the using of this icon. Run the cell. So I'm running this cell. Forget about the what we have right here. Actually, I have to explain the regression. Basically, here we have included some libraries that is essential for any machine learning algorithm. So include the Panda, Matplotlib, NumPy, scikit-learn. So here is a library for model building. I will explain each of line you again by scratch. So running this cell, okay. This is Google Colab. We have saved the file by the using of slr.ipynby. Okay. Then here pwd command is using for present working directory. So slash content is a root directory in Colab. So here now we are going to taking our data set for training the model. So we have to use the select the file, choose file. So suppose we have a desktop file is data set. Data set. In here data set I am choosing salary data and open. So I am choosing the file, read the file, then here salary data.csv. You know the CSV file, comma separated value.
Yeah.
So PD dot this is the basically PD dot read under underscore CSV. So here we are created the PD object of pandas. So don't get any tension. We have to explain this separately. And now today I would like to only explain you what is the mathematics behind regression. So we have selected the file, then they read the file like data set like year of experience versus salary. This one row number, then year of experience versus salary. This is the available data set for training point of view. Then next we are applying some mathematics here by using the y value or x, sorry, calculating the y value based on the some available x value. Then here we are using the training the our data set by the using of here 30% for training testing and remaining 70% for training. If you have you using the data set, that is the thumb rule of you have to use the 70% for training and 30% for testing. So these are the coding. I will explain you separately. Then following the which model you are going to apply, we are going to apply linear regression. Here algorithm directly calculate all the things. But how you can understand this? By the using of mathematics we have discussed previous pages.
Yeah.
Right? So here predict y. We are running one by one all these set. Here testing. Then here we are using the matplotlib library. Here we have included the matplotlib library, the matplotlib.pyplot HPLT for drawing the graph.
Yeah.
So at last we are using the plt.scatter plot. We are going to draw training x. We are passing some parameter that we have already calculated. Training x predict. Then I like to show you that after the completion of all these ML algorithm and programming, we find the salary and experience training plot. So this is called the best fit line. This is called best fit line based on our data set. The data set what we have used here, this is the data set. How you insert? Here we insert the data set by the using of following command. Selecting the file salary data.csv. These data set are using for training point of view, and all the calculation based on the slope b0 and b1 calculated by algorithm directly at backend. When we fit the model, they calculate all the mathematical calculation in the backend. Right. So we will explain you each line over a line when we go for further classes. So this is the basically best fit line that we have already discussed in mathematical part, and this is called data point. So here this is salary by value, this is expense x value, and after the x minus x bar and y minus y bar, x minus x bar into y minus y bar and x minus x bar the whole square. So we have to calculate the b1 and b0. Remember that?
Yeah.
And after getting the slope and by intercept value, we can draw this line by the using of mathematics. So this is the salary and expense training plot. And after the training plot, we have to also use that data set for testing point of view. Here we show that 30% for testing and 70% for training. So for that case, we have to give the test size equal to 0.3. 0.3 means 30% for testing. If we provide 0.4, that means 40% for testing. This is basically your choice. You can take the 30%, 40%, but thumb rule is basically at least 30% for taking the testing and remaining for training. Or you can say 20% for testing or 80% for training. So after the training, we have to draw the test plot, salary and experience testing plot. This is testing. This is called best fit line. How if how many years of experience, what would be the salary? Then HR can easily predict this by the using of this graph. Clear? So
Yeah.
I will explain you why from scratch from all these why we are taking pandas. From next class we will start from NumPy. That's why. So basically, I would like to explain you the mathematics behind that. What is the mathematics? This is the mathematics. You can easily applying this mathematics by the for applying these model in terms of software. Like we are applying ML regression algorithm by the using of SLR. And how to calculate the B0 and B1? I also explained here. In case of SLR, remember that we have a one independent variable and one dependent variable. Understand?
Yeah.
But in the case of one other case is MLR. MLR. That is, SLR is called simple linear regression. MLR is called multiple linear regression.
Okay.
In MLR case, we have to use the multiple independent variable. मतलब more than one value of x.
You're going to cover that too?
Yes,
Okay.
definitely. Multiple independent variable we have to use in case of multiple linear regression. Simple
Okay.
linear, we are going to use single variable, but in case of MLR, we have to use the multiple variable. Then also I can show you this one SLR, this one MLR. The mathematics. MLR is multiple linear regression, also called multivariate linear regression. Understand?
Yeah.
So in SLR, one independent variable like experience in our case, and one dependent variable like salary. Clear?
Yeah.
But in MLR, more than one independent variable we can use, and one dependent variable always one, because we have to find out the exact prediction by the using of this variable, dependent variable. But for calculating the y value, that means for calculating the dependent variable, we have to use only single variable, or you can either use more than one variable for as a category of independent variable. Suppose y is already one value, means y is a dependent variable, and you can use the x multiple x value, x1, x2, x3. If you are using multiple more than one x value, that is the case of MLR, multiple linear regression. So equation of SLR is y equal to v0 plus v1x. Already we have discussed. But in case of MLR, equation is y equal to v0 plus b1x, b1x1, b2x2, b3x3, and up to bn xn. Clear?
Yeah.
We are using x1, x2, x3 up to xn. These are all category of dependent or independent?
Independent.
Dependent.
Yeah.
Independent, sorry. Independent.
Yeah.
X is a independent, Y is a
Yeah.
dependent. Y is a dependent, and this B0 already fixed for intercept value. So these are the independent variables. So this is the equation of MLR. Okay. So in MLR, we have to use more than one variable. So you can represent the following way, like x1, x2, x3, x4. These are the independent value. Value means x, and dependent value here we are using y. So y is only one. So based on x1, x2, x3, x4 up to fn, xn, we have to calculate the y value. And as per the programming we have discussed here, as per the programming we have discussed, you are taking the some data set for training and some for testing,
Yeah.
right? So here we are taking the x1, x2, x3, and x4 for representing this x underscore train. We are taking one variable for training, x underscore train. Here we are taking some different name, like we are taking here testing underscore x or training underscore y, testing underscore y. Different notation of name here. So we will explain you in next couple of classes. So basically here we are taking x train and x test. Understand this, x train and x test. Testing 20 to 30%, and training is 70 to 80%. Understand this?
Yeah.
So for in the case of dependent variable, the variable name is by underscore train and by underscore test. So here we are using the four variable for drawing the model in case of MLR. That means x train, by train, X test, Y test. Here also we are taking the training X, testing X, training Y, testing Y. Here same thing, X train, X test, Y train, Y test. And then split this data set into X, Y and training and testing like 30 and 70%. So same thing, X train, X test, 70%, 30%, Y train, Y test, we are calculating by the using of X train or X test. By the using of X train, Y train, X test, Y test. All these are completely 100% but divided into 30 and 70, training and testing. So this is the representation of independent and dependent variable in the case of multiple linear regression. Clear?
Yeah.
Or all the remains things are remain same like bn or this one b is a slope of coefficient like intercept value. These are the intercept value b0. This is a slope. b1 is a slope. Here bn we are representing in case of mlr. So all the things remain same. So in mlr is the extension of ordinary least square method that involves more than one independent variable. Nothing is difference, only the number of variables can be make the some difference. The goal of multiple linear regression is to model the linear regression between explanatory means independent variable and dependent variable. Nothing is different here. The goal of MLR is to make the relationship between dependent and independent variable. To find the regression, we have to find two lines. To find the regression, we have to find two things here. Then first of all, calculate the slope here. Like previously, remember that in case of SLR, we have to calculate the slope. V1 equal to x minus x bar, y minus y bar into x minus x bar ka whole square. But here we are taking the more than one variable, so we are using the x1 and x2 for v1, v2 up to bn. So final equation is xn minus xn bar square, xn minus xn bar, yn minus yn bar, xn minus xn bar ka whole square. This is the generalized equation for MLR. Then how to calculate the y-intercept? Y-intercept equal to v0 plus v1x, v2x, sorry, v0 plus v1x1, v2x2 up to vnx. Put the y bar. Here is the data set that we will be using as an example. So in case of MLR, we are using some data set for a mathematical point of view, like grade on exam y1, hours of study x1, and CGPA x2. These are the variable, and age is x3. Clear? Here y is called dependent variable. Clear? Y is called dependent variable and x is called
Independent.
independent. So we have three independent variable and one dependent variable. Based on these independent variable, hours of study, CGPA, and age of student, we have to calculate the grade on exam that they can achieve. So we are going to predict the grade on exam that the student can achieve based on the hours of study, CGPA, and age. Clear?
Yeah.
So here we are same way we have to calculate the sigma yi calculation divided by 10, 77.8, and sigma xi 4.8. Like so, y bar is a grade of exam that we have to calculate, that dependent variable, and x1 hours of study, x2 CGPA, and x3 age, that is independent variable already given. So here after the calculation we get the value of v0, v1, v2, and v3. Same way as per the SLR we have to calculate the value of v0, v1, v2, v3. Then applying this value in equation, I think some other slide will be there. MLR2. Applying after computing all these values, we get the v0, v1. These are calculating like mathematically, and applying these all the value in equation y equal to v0 plus v1 x1, v2 x2, v3 x3. We have three variables, so up to 3 x3 we are going to conduct. So v0 is 29.722 we have already calculated. Put all the value in this equation. B1, x1, B1 is 3.423, x1, B2, x2, B3, x3. So put all the value of V0, V1, V2, V3 in this equation. So now it's become the 29.722 plus 3.423 x1. This is the final equation in case of MLR. So what is the advantage of this or purpose of this? If you have a question there, what is the predicted grade for 23-year-old person with an CGPA of 2.4 and who study 3 hours? You can change these values. You can change these values as per
Okay.
your choices. So we are creating here mathematical model for calculating the grade of any student who study some hours, some number of hours, and CGPA of something, and as per the requirement, as per the given, how many years old that person are.
Yeah.
So if the person is 23-year-old and with the CGPA of 2.4 and who study 3 years daily, then the grade of exam would be 68.0511 as per the MLR. So this is the basic conceptual mathematics for machine learning, supervised learning, regression model
Okay.
that we have already draw here.
And do you have a code also for the MLR?
Yes, yes, yes. I
Oh,
have code. I will send you the SLR and MLR code and also explain the line by line. Actually, I have made a comment here.
okay.
I will also explain the but today in very first class I would like to basically explain you the what would be the approach behind the machine learning mathematics.
Yeah. Yeah, I
So
like the math behind that. My
yes, 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 yes,
undergraduate is physics, so I
yes.
enjoyed math. But without math, you cannot explain the concept.
Yes, without that.
Yeah.
So from next class onwards, we have to follow the same like we have published on WhatsApp group. So
Sure.
something basic of NumPy operation, what is pandas, or how to implement that NumPy operation in Google Colab.
Sure.
So I think this is the end of this today class.
Thank you. So I'm gonna also send you a link so you can upload the Google Drive, so you can upload the content, the no written note, the PowerPoint,
Okay, you can
data set.
send that link on our WhatsApp number.
Yeah, yeah.
And also send if you like to send the mail ID, then I will also send you the on mail or
Sure.
also upload.
That Google Drive is easier, but I will share my
Okay,
email as
okay,
well.
no problem,
So you
no
just
problem.
upload there. Yeah. Yeah,
I
sure.
will
Thank
upload
you.
all the
Sure.
things and thank you
Sure.
very much. I think you understand all the concept of behind the mathematics.
Yeah.
If possible, then actually syllabus is very vast. If you have time, then we can conduct the class on Saturday and Sunday.
Right now only Sunday, but we will see. We
Okay,
can see.
okay,
Yeah. Yeah,
okay,
as we move, because I also need to cover NLP. So I
okay.
have to see, but I will let you know maybe because yeah, I will let you know.
Uh,
Yeah.
If possible, then at least 1 hour in Saturday or any other day, then we can cover the syllabus in a very frequent way or like a speedily manner. If possible, then please manage 1 hour within a in Saturday or Friday or any day you can like.
No, weekdays I'm very busy, but
Okay,
Saturday I will let you know because I have to do other courses.
okay, okay, no
So
problem, no
yeah, for
problem.
now Sunday should be fine, but I will let you
Okay,
know. Yeah,
okay,
sure.
okay,
Thank you. I have to go for another class.
okay,
Thank you
okay.
so much. Have
Bye
a
bye.
great day. And make sure you resolve that PayPal or the one I send you so we
I
can.
have made the setting of that SBI account. You can try once again. Then if that is not working, then I will try for another account.
Okay, so usually you have to do some setup. If you contact them, then they will
Please
help
try
you.
once again one time. But if not possible, then I
Okay,
will try for a different bank account attached
okay,
there.
okay. So you means
Okay.
PayPal.
Yes, yes.
Okay, sure. I will try. Thank you so
Okay.
much and have a great night.
Thank
Bye.
you.